Hey gang, Craig Ripley here. Welcome once again to Living Off the Slab. Now today we're going to talk about a little bit of a problem that I was having with the new Triumph Tiger here. And it's not a serious problem, it's just a small oil leak that I was having coming from the oil filler cap. That is, it was leaking out of the oil filler cap and down the engine cover. Now, I had cleaned this up a couple of times and it was coming back after, a couple hundred miles or so. So I knew that the gasket there and at the oil filler cap was definitely leaking. So I took it in to the dealer for its 600-mile service, and I brought this to their attention, and I was expecting them to, well, probably just replace the gasket or something like that. But that's not what they did. They basically cleaned up the oil and told me that they thought the oil was just residual. And I'm like, no, it's not residual. I've done that myself, and it continues to come back again after riding it a few hundred miles. So I left there and said, all right, well, I'll be back when it starts leaking again. Well, of course, it did start leaking again. But rather than take it back to the dealer, I decided, rather than go through that hassle, I'm just going to fix it myself. Now, before I show you what I did, let me say that I have seen this on other bikes, other Triumph Tigers, right, the new ones anyway. I went out to the forums after mine developed this leak, and I found out that there was a couple of people out there who had experienced the same thing. And I also noticed on some of the review videos that are out there that you can see that little telltale line of oil coming from, said, the oil filler cap on those videos. So I knew that something wasn't right with the gaskets probably that was being installed on this bike. So I decided to take a look at that. And so here is the original gasket that comes on the oil filler cap for this Triumph Tiger. This is an 18.3 O-ring. And if you take a look at this little video clip that I have here, you can see that this O-ring does not fill the recess that was created for it on the engine cover. Right? There's a lot of loose space there, and there's just not enough gasket sticking up so that the cap will compress it enough to seal. So again, obviously, that is why this was leaking, because there's no nicks or anything in this gasket. So, simple fix, I decided to go out and get myself a different O-ring, and that is this one, which is an 18.4 O-ring. And I installed it on the cap, and then compress it down, and immediately you can tell that it fits tighter, right? It compresses, and the leak has stopped. So I simply went from an 18.3, this size, to an 18.4 and fixed a very simple problem. Now, as I said, this is a very simple problem and a very simple fix. So the reason I'm making this video is that I want anybody else who is having this same small issue on the new Triumph Tigers, that you can just go out and get a different gasket and it solves the problem. I also want to let Triumph know that, again, you've got a problem on at least some of these bikes, mine and several others that I've seen online, and also the dealers out there, because obviously my dealer didn't know anything about it and didn't even bother to check that O-ring for the size. So again, that's just why I want to do this and let everybody know that, again, it's a little problem with an easy fix.